Hey guys, I've got some exciting news for you all. That's right, we're going to do something we've never done here before on Hall Family Farms in 2023. Today is June 2nd and we are going to start our adventure growing these Dill's Atlantic giant pumpkins. And we're even going to do something crazy. We're going to do an experiment and plant one of these in our garden and one of these using the Kratky method of hydroponics growing. So let's get started. Alright guys, we've got our Dill's Atlantic giant seeds. There's only 10 in this package, so we're going to try getting these started in our wet paper towel method. And I'm going to try, I think, 2 for starters, because I have faith in these seeds. So we're going to open up our wet, moist paper towel. We're going to cut the package open. Well, let's check these seeds out. Wow, look at those. That's them. Alright, let's put those on the wet paper towel. We're going to fold it up. I'm going to put these in my pocket and we'll see if these germinate. If they don't, we'll try 2 more. And I'm thinking probably 2 or 3 days we should have some results here. We're going to stick them in this Ziploc bag. We're going to seal it up to keep that humidity in there. I've got it labeled Dill's Atlantic Giant Pumpkin Seeds, June 2nd, 2023. So I will bring you back when we see germination. Alright guys, here's a quick update on our Dill's Atlantic giant pumpkin seeds. We put them in the wet paper towel bag back on June the 2nd. Today is Monday, June 5th. Let's see if we have anything going on in this bag. Let's go over to the work table and let's take a look. Alright guys, let's see if we have any germination going on inside this wet paper towel. Well, the moment of truth. Oh yeah, check it out. I don't know if you can see these roots. Check it out. Both of them germinated. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and put them in these solo cups and let them grow on a little bit, and then one of them we will prepare to put in our Kratky hydroponic system. The other we'll plant out here in the garden, and then we'll see which one produces our world record Dill's Atlantic giant pumpkin. So stay tuned for updates. This is so cool. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what happens. Alright guys, let's get our Dill's Atlantic giant pumpkin seeds in this soil that I've placed in these solo cups. We're going to use this dibbler, make a hole. Let me go ahead and I'll set that one in here. There we go. Now it's just a matter of watering them in and watching them grow. I'll bring you back when we have leaves. guys, welcome back to another exciting episode here on Hall Family Farms. This video will serve as a follow-up to a video I posted a few weeks ago where I made a grand proclamation that I would be attempting to grow the world's largest pumpkin from the Dill's Atlantic Giant pumpkin seeds that I purchased. Well, it's been a few weeks since I made that video and I thought I'd give you an update. So here they are. They're still in my grow room. I haven't planted them yet. And if you'll recall from that video, I also announced that I would be doing a challenge. One of these pumpkins I would plant in the ground in my garden, and the other I would plant in a 5-gallon bucket using the Kratky hydroponics method of growing plants. And I haven't done it yet, and I'm way behind. As you can see, these plants are already starting to push out male flowers. I don't see any female flowers yet, but way behind. They're a little stunted. I've been battling spider mite damage here in the grow room, and so it's time to get these out of these red solo cups and get one of them planted in my garden and get the other one ready to go into its new home in the 5-gallon bucket using the Kratky hydroponics method. So that's what today's episode's about. So let's get these things growing. But before we do that, let me show you something else I'm behind on. Look at this. I've got cucumbers growing here in my grow room. Look at that. Got to get those planted too. So let's get these pumpkins started so we can get on our way to trying to grow the world's largest pumpkin. Hey guys, I'm out here in my garden. I've got my 2 Dill's Atlantic Giant pumpkin seedlings ready to go. One of them, if you'll remember, we're going to plant here in my garden, and the other we're going to plant using the Kratky hydroponics method of growing. So I think we'll put this one in our garden here. So I'm going to set it aside, cut a hole here. Got a nice little depression here, so I'm going to cut the plastic here, kind of an X or a cross-shaped pattern. Flip these flaps back so we can expose the ground below, and you can see this plastic has done a good job of killing back the weeds and the other growth here underneath. So now we're just going to take our hand trowel, minus the glove there, we're going to dig a hole. You can see this soil is a real sandy loam soil, almost like beach sand, particularly when it's dry. Okay, that looks to be pretty good here. Alright, so you can see we've already got blossoms here. I think these are primarily male flowers from what I'm able to tell here. You can see we've got roots growing down through the bottom. This is way overdue. I should have done this weeks ago. Not too terribly bad, actually. Alright, let's get that root down in there. Alright, I dug my hole just a little deep, so set it right there and bring this soil back in around here. You can see from being in the grow room, we were fighting some spider mite damage on the leaves. You might be asking, so Matt, why are you planting your pumpkin in soil covered with plastic, is that going to prevent this from getting water to the plant? Well, yes and no. I've planted it here in a depression, so any rainwater we get is going to probably accumulate right here. So, but I also will be hand watering these and have not really had a problem. It's better here in my climate with the type of weeds that we have to battle to have the black plastic keep those weeds from taking over our plant. So got that in. Now it's just a matter of watering it in, and then we'll move on to the other Dill's Atlantic giant pumpkin, and we're going to use this one using the Kratky method and make a comparison. So let's do that. Alright guys, we're going to do the unthinkable here. We're going to remove this soil from this Dill's Atlantic giant pumpkin seedling. These type of plants do not like their roots to be disturbed, but we're going to disturb them in the sake of science. So let's take a look. Boy, we've got a lot of roots here. Nicely rooted. Let me bring you in for a closer look here so you can see what I'm dealing with. Alright, I made a mistake this morning. I watered this plant. It's not normally what you'd like to do when you're trying to remove the soil. You want it to be dry so it just kind of falls out. So I'm not even sure this is even going to be possible. Probably going to harm this plant. What I may have to do is take the garden hose and try to rinse it out. Let's give that a try. right, that's about as good as we're gonna get this. We'll see. This is opportunity to see what happens with this Dill's Atlantic Giant Pumpkin seedling. Alright, let's put it in the Kratky container. Alright, we have our 5-gallon Lowe's bucket filled with our water nutrients. We've got our lid and our pool noodle ready to go. And now it's just a matter of putting our Dill's Atlantic Giant Pumpkin seedling into the bucket. If you can see here, I'm just going to wrap this noodle around it, and that's just to help suspend it in the bucket. Stick those seedling roots inside. And there you have it. Now let's take a look. I didn't fill the bucket up all the way to the top because you have to leave some space for these air roots to form. So the long roots will dip down into the water, and the upper roots will gather moisture through the humidity inside and develop those important air roots so that we can have those exchanges of oxygen there. So that's it. Now I'm going to place this in a shady spot just to get it to acclimate for the next day or two, and then, as I mentioned in the video prior to this one, I think what I'm going to do is take this out to the garden, dig a hole, bury this container up about 2/3, and that way the soil in my garden can keep this water inside the container at a cooler temperature. That was, I think, an issue that we experienced with the tomato plant, which did die as a result of the major attack with those hornworms. So we're going to see if we can keep those squash bugs away from our Dill's Atlantic Giant Pumpkin seedling. So until the next time, be looking for that next update, and we will see you then.